The world moves in circles you cannot see. While you counted your failures, seasons changed without your permission. While you measured your worth in milestones missed, your heart kept beating its ancient rhythm. You compare your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20. But books are not races. Stories are not competitions. The friend who got promoted, the cousin who got married, the stranger on social media who seems to have it all figured out. Their timelines are not your truth. You didn't fall behind. You walked a different path through the same dark forest. Some paths wind through valleys where you learn to carry grief like a lantern. Some climb mountains where the air grows thin and you discover what you're really made of. Your path had detours you never planned, hospital waiting rooms, empty apartments after someone left, jobs that didn't work out, dreams that crumbled in your hands like old paper. You call these detours delays. But what if they were destinations? In the valley of your lowest moment, you learned something no classroom could teach. You discovered muscles you didn't know you had, resilience you didn't know lived in your bones. The year you spent rebuilding wasn't a year wasted. It was a year invested in becoming someone who could hold more light. You didn't fall behind. You were becoming. Time is not a conveyor belt moving everyone at the same speed toward the same destination. Time is a river with currents you cannot control and depths you cannot measure. Some people float on the surface, carried quickly downstream. Others dive deep, gathering treasures from the bottom that take years to understand. You have been a deep diver. Your collection of hard-won wisdom doesn't fit on a resume, but it lives in your eyes now. The way you listen when someone else is drowning, the way you hold space for pain without trying to fix it. This is not falling behind. This is growing roots deep enough to weather any storm. You didn't fall behind. You were learning languages they don't teach in school. The language of loss, with its grammar of silence and its vocabulary of missing. The language of healing, with its slow conjugations and imperfect tenses. You became fluent in the dialect of starting over, the accent of trying again, the poetry of small victories that no one else sees. Getting out of bed when depression felt like gravity, choosing hope when cynicism felt safer, loving yourself when the world gave you a million reasons not to. These are not small things. These are the biggest things. You didn't fall behind. You were writing a different kind of story. Not the story of straight lines and perfect timing. Not the story of doors that open exactly when you knock, but the story of finding light in impossible places. The story of creating beauty from broken things. Your story has chapters others don't have. The chapter where you learned to be alone without being lonely. The chapter where you discovered strength you didn't know was strength. The chapter where you realized that healing is not a destination, but a way of traveling. That wholeness is not the absence of cracks, but the art of letting light shine through them. This is not a lesser story. This is a story only you could write. You didn't fall behind. You were composing a song in a different key. While others played major scales of success and achievement, you learned the minor keys of empathy and depth, the complex harmonies of human experience that can't be simplified into wins and losses. Your music doesn't sound like everyone else's. It has movements of silence that make the notes mean more. It has rhythms that account for the spaces between heartbeats. This song you're composing, with its unexpected pauses and its brave crescendos, this is the song the world needs to hear. Not another anthem of easy victories, but a ballad that honors the beauty of struggle, a melody that makes room for both joy and sorrow to exist in the same measure. You didn't fall behind. You were learning to dance with uncertainty. The dance steps no one teaches you in childhood. How to move gracefully when you don't know what comes next. How to find rhythm in chaos. How to be beautiful even when you feel broken. This dance you're learning, it's not a performance for others. It's a conversation with yourself, a way of moving through the world that honors both your fragility and your strength. Every stumble taught you something about balance. Every fall taught you something about getting up. Every moment you thought you were failing, you were actually learning the most important steps. You didn't fall behind. You were building something the world couldn't see. While others constructed visible monuments to their success, you were building an invisible cathedral of character, laying foundation stones of integrity, raising walls of compassion, installing windows that let in light from angles others never consider. This cathedral you're building, it cannot be measured by external metrics. Its value isn't determined by likes or shares or salary figures, but it stands. Through every storm that tried to tear it down, it stands. Through every earthquake of doubt and tsunami of fear, it stands. And from its towers, you can see further than you ever imagined possible. You didn't fall behind. You were becoming the person you needed to be to handle what comes next. The promotion you're ready for now wouldn't have been safe in the hands of who you were before. The love you're capable of giving now would have been impossible with the heart you had then. The challenges ahead require the specific kind of strength you've been building. The opportunities coming require the particular kind of wisdom you've been gathering. You have been in training, not for some distant future competition, but for this moment, right now, this breath, this choice, this chance to begin again. You didn't fall behind. You're exactly where you need to be, not where you planned to be, not where you dreamed you'd be, but where your soul needs to be, to learn what it came here to learn. The curriculum of your life has been perfectly designed for your particular kind of awakening. Every delay was a lesson. Every detour was a teacher. Every setback was a setup for a comeback you couldn't have imagined. This moment, reading these words, breathing this breath, carrying whatever you're carrying, this moment is not a mistake. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not less than. You are alive. You are here. You are becoming. You didn't fall behind. You're still alive, and that is enough. More than enough. It's everything.